Shalom, shalom to the elect of Yasha'Allah. This your brother Pawaria coming back at you with another quick lesson from Great Millstone, Des Moines. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing his word in true sincerity and always in charity. And as you can see, the title is Walking in Balance. The Lord wants us to do all things, everything in balance. When you read in Proverbs 11:1, it says, a false balance is an abomination unto the Lord. And even when the Lord created this world, he created it in balance. He, he created the light and the darkness. He created good and evil, love and hate, the lands and the waters. He does everything in balance, man. And that's how he want us to move. He want us to move in balance in everything we do. So we got to have self-control. We got to be balanced in our anger, in our pleasures and desires, balanced in our decision-making, balanced in our speech, knowing when to talk and when not to, or knowing when to talk and when to listen, just balance, being self-disciplined. We got to be, balanced in our prayer life, in our finances, our habits, our thoughts, our time, our priorities, all things, man. Controlling our words, when we angry, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of you being angry, you just spit out everything, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talking about somebody's mama, or, all just bringing up whatever, you know what I'm saying? But we have to, move in balance, man. All right. But let's get this in Ecclesiastes 7. And we'll start at verse 16. It says, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why should thou destroy thyself? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why should thou die before thy time? It is good that thou should have take hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thy hand. For he that feareth the Most High power shall come forth of them all. All right. So the Lord don't want us to be extreme in, you trying to be all over righteous, or you trying to be all over wicked. It says don't be none of those, man. And that don't mean, we can sin a little bit. You sin, you being like an example of being over wicked is like constantly ignoring what the Lord is saying and speaking to you. You a habitual offender. You intent, doing things this, the same thing over and over, the same sin over and over, intentionally sinning without repentance. Because repentance don't mean you do something and you just say, oh, I'm sorry, Salakia, Salakia, Salakia. And then the next situation comes about and you do the same, you move the same way. That's over wickedness, man. We in this flesh, we gonna fall short. But hey, a just man falleth and he getteth back up, man. You supposed to, when you fall, man, I always say like, hey, you fall the first time, you gonna fall on your face. The second time you want to fall on your knees. The next time you want to, you won't fall. You don't even fall. You might slip, but you catch yourself in falling all the way down on your face, man. So it's progress that we have to make, man. And that's what the Lord wants from us. When the Lord blessed us to walk on this straight and narrow path. And walking on this straight and narrow path, you have to walk with balance. All right, like walking on a tightrope, man. You have to be focused. You have to calculate every move you make, every step you make. Now imagine you being all overly drunk, or you know how a drunk person walk, you know what I'm saying? They ain't paying attention, they stumbling and falling. Imagine being on a tightrope and you doing those things, man. You gonna fall left or right. And that's what the Lord, he don't want us to be, he want us to walk on this straight path in balance, not being over wicked, like, you know what I'm saying? Examples of those things, you know, or you constantly ignoring or rejecting correction. You being puffed up and all prideful because you think you know everything. You know what I'm saying? So knowledge puffed up. Oh, I know kung fu looking ass. And you know what I'm saying? Or like consequences don't apply to you, you know what I'm saying, from the things, the decisions that we make. That's being over wicked, you know? And you know what I'm saying? Examples of being over righteous is like you all trying to be all holier than thou. You know what I'm saying? Or you condemn somebody else, or you pointing out somebody else's behaviors and flaws, but you over to the point where you overlooking your own behaviors and flaws. You know, you would take a scripture that says, hate the world. So now you hate everything in the world. Like, you ain't supposed to have no fun. So you condemning somebody else because they want to have a little fun. They want to go, shoot some pool, or they want to play the game, or, you know what I'm saying? Do, some worldly things like that, because you got to feed this flesh too as well. Or you want to go buy yourself something nice. You know what I'm saying? Do good to yourself. But, you want to be over righteous and be like, oh, you walking around all stiff, no smiling, looking ass. You know what I'm saying? Or you take everything serious. All of that, man. Those are the things that the Lord want us to refrain from. Or like the Pharisees, it was law, but they was hypocrites, following the traditions of men and all those things, man. You looking down at another person because maybe he don't serve the Lord the way you serve him. You know what I'm saying? Or as much, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord giving us all different portions. All right? And we all fighting for the same penny. So man, it's all about balance, man. And too much of anything can ruin you. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, honey. All right, let's get that where it talks about, what's that? In Proverbs. Too much wine. You know what I'm saying? You could drink too much water, and they say you could drown yourself from drinking too much water, man. So even how, like it tells you in 1 Corinthians 6 and 12, all things are lawful, but everything is not expedient. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You giving yourself access to too much access can destroy you, man. It can bring imbalance, to your mind, body, and soul. Just accessed in anything, man. But so that's why we had to be balanced, because that's what brings peace. You know what I'm saying? Clarity and health, man. But what's this? This is Proverbs 25. And we're going to read verse 16. Oh, wait. I'm in Psalms. Salakia. I'm in Psalms. I want Proverbs 25 and verse 16. And it reads, it says, hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomit it. So, too much of something good, you know what I'm saying, like honey, so sweet, can be, man, harmful if you eat too much of it. So everything got to be done in balance, man. You'll vomit it out. When you go down to verse 27, it says, it is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search their own glory is not glory. You got people searching their own glory, trying to make a name for themselves. Want to be out in Front Street, want attention. You doing things for men and not for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So, man, you don't want to gamble with your salvation, man. So we got to remain balanced. You don't want to be all puffed up. You know what I'm saying? You all bloated with wisdom. So now you puffed up and you look at everybody else as peasants or like they like nothing or whatever, man. It's just any example you can come up with. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing stuff out there of things we need to refrain from. All right? The things that the Lord hates. But the one about about wine. Well, shoot, Slovakia. How did it go? Damn. So this one is Sirach. All right, this is Sirach 31 and 27, and it reads, it says, wine is as good as life to a man if it be drunk moderately. So you have to even drink wine in moderation, or you could become a wino. That could destroy you, man. And it's crazy, man. I know, shit, man. Guys in the world that I grew up with, that they was, over surfeiting in drunkenness and, the things and the cares of this world. And it aged them. It put 20, 30 years on them, man. To the point where, they don't have no teeth. They look bad. Dying. They, you know what I'm saying? Or died already, y'all. Because of not being imbalanced. For being imbalanced and not being imbalanced. All right? So we have to, take care of our mind, body, and soul, our spirits, man, to the best of our ability. Fasting. We got to fast from these things. Fasting is good for you spiritually and physically and shit. And now in these days, financially, you know what I'm saying? The way shit, food is, boy, They charging, you know, an arm and a leg, for food. But the main thing is spiritually, man. That's what we want, man. To grow spiritually. All right? Putting on the fruit of the spirit that that you can read about in Galatians 5. But continuing to reading on 27, it said, "What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad. Wine measurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind. But wine drunken with excess makes bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarreling. Drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend. It diminish strength and maketh wounds." So, hey, once again, man, even in your drink, man, we had Elder Yasharamba did a lesson on that, man. Just drinking all the damn time. Man, that you falling out, blacking out and shit, throwing up. You know what I'm saying? Doing things you regret the next day. Man, ain't no excuse for that, man. You still gotta be held accountable for your actions, even in your drink. So shit, if you gonna drink, you know what I'm saying, and get drunk, man, do it, and when you amongst brothers, you know what I'm saying, as well, or in your own house or whatever. But at the same time, don't be all overly with it. Okay, you all right, it's good, all right, you can get drunk, but you don't want to be a drunkard where you gotta drink every single day. I know guys in the world, they drink every single day. They gotta have a cigarette in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? When they doing everything. Even when they taking a dump, all right, have a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it's destroying you. This is Sirach 37. And I'll start at verse 28. It says, "For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything." Everything is not profitable for all men. Some men can drink. Some men don't need to drink at all. Some men can't play the game for hours and hours. Some men can't. It's the balance. We got to find our own balance, in this walk of ours, that the Lord blessed us to be able to even walk, on this straight gate, this path to the kingdom. But reading on verse 29, it says, "Be not insatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats, for excess of meats brings sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. By surfeiting have many perished, but he that taketh heed prolongeth his life." Man, right there. That part, So, man, and like it tells you in in Luke, be not, let's get that, man. Good, man. So these is wisdom. The Lord, man, put us up on game on how to live, man. The Wadiyah Bashem Yahushai for giving us the true way. Because everybody ain't got it, man. The people of this world, they run from one extreme to the other extreme. Trying to be, you got over righteous people. It kind of remind me of people in these churches or something. Oh, I don't cuss. I don't listen to secular music. But your ass eat pork. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just, Man, these people are finished and through. Man, straight up, man. But this is Luke 21 and verse 31. Yahushua says, so likewise ye, when ye see these things. Oh, wait, is that what I want? Well, wait, that wasn't what I was. All right, it's a little bit further down. I'll just keep reading. So likewise ye see these things come to pass. Know ye that the kingdom of the Most High power is nigh at hand. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass away till it all be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life. This is the point right here. We don't want to be overcharged and surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this world. Priority. We have to be balanced in our priority. You know what the scripture said. Seek the kingdom in Matthew 6 and 33. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all things will be added unto you, given unto you. Roughly paraphrasing, man. So when your priorities ain't straight, when everything comes before Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, that's gonna bring your life to imbalance. It's gonna be unbalanced because you putting everything else first, the cares of this thing, of this world first. But yeah, reading on. It says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life. And so that day come upon you unaware. Yeah, man, I don't know if y'all can hear the background. You got some bug outs, you know what I'm saying, out here. Got this Edomite walking straight barefooted, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nice out. It ain't warm outside. Arguing at this Sheetamite. It's crazy, man. Man, these people are through. This world is through, man. Over with. The Lord got to come soon, man, to bring his everlasting righteous kingdom here on earth. And we don't want it to become unaware unto us. We don't want the Lord to come like a thief in the night. So hey, we got to be, practicing these things daily. But let's see. Let me see. Yeah, the point is made. Let's see. Let's get what's this in Sirach. The point is made, man. We got to be balanced in everything we do, man. In all things, because the Lord, he's about to make us rulers, judges, and gods over the whole entire earth forever. Forever, ever. And that's what he's doing for us, man, by sending us through the things that we got to go through. Teaching us, temperance in these things, man. But this is Sirach 5. Sirach 5 And 12, it says, if thou hast understanding, and answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. Honor and shame is in talk, and the tongue of man is his fall. And I just wanted to get that because, hey, we got to control our tongue. We have to control our tongue and our anger. All right? Because once again, you could say something that that you can't take back. You can ask for forgiveness, but you already put it out there. Those types of things, man. So even, being balanced and just sometimes just being swift to hear. You know what I'm saying? You ain't always got to be the one talking. You ain't got to always be the one that's right. You know what I'm saying? You might be right, but, you know what I'm saying? Silence sometimes is more powerful than just, all right, you got two people trying to overtalk each other or none of that. Man, it's not edifying, man. It's not, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's not wise. All right, for lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? We just got to strive for that mastery, right? Like it tells you, let's get that in all things, man. We trying to better ourselves in everything, being a better version of ourselves in everything that we do, man. That's what the Lord wants from us, and He's given us that gift of fear, and the gift of faith, and fear to be able to want to do these things, to be moved into doing these things. The people of this world ain't doing that, man. They're not examining themselves. They're not trying to better themselves. They too trying to be wise in doing wickedness. This is 1 Corinthians 9 in verse 25. It says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Yeah, right? We want that incorruptible crown. We ain't doing this for men, you know what I'm saying, or trying to make it in this world, trying to make a name in this world. Nah, hell nah, man. We doing this because we want the kingdom. It's commanded of us to do the things that are pleasing unto Him. So, man, yeah, the hell with this world, man, and the things in it. Yeah, you should hate this world. But that don't mean, okay, you can't have a little fun. You got to give the flesh a little something, man. But overall, we should be feeding the spirit, being able to control our flesh. This weak ass flesh, man, just want everything it see. You know what I'm saying? Like a kid in a candy store. Gimme this. They want this. They want that. Everything they see. But us coming into this truth, man, we got to deny ourselves, deny our pleasures, and in the flesh at times. All things in balance, man. And one thing that'll prevent you from making extremes, being extreme in your behavior, is this right here. Let's read this and let me see. And I'll end it off, you know what I'm saying? Because it's scriptures that back up all the things that we need to be balanced in and all those things. Yeah. Trying to we gonna get Tobit 4:15. It says, "Do that to no man which thou hatest. Drink not wine to make thee." Well, at that point right there, do on like it tells you in Matthew, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Do unto others, as you want done unto you. So you treat others like how you want to be treated. And that right there alone will eliminate a lot of back and forth, a lot of confusion, a lot of offenses. If you just simply treat people the way you want to be treated, you know. But it says, "Do that to no man which thou hatest. Drink not wine to make thee drunken, neither let drunkenness go with thee in thy journey." All right. But that was the point right there, man. Just, hey, do unto others as you want done unto you, man. And that'll, stop a lot of some of the behaviors on how we treat others. All right. I ended off with this in Wisdom of Solomon 8 and verse 7. It says, "And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. For she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life." These things right here are profitable when you're exercising these things in your life. Right? But that's it, man. Here come these bug out Edomites coming again. All right. But yeah, Lord willing, this was edifying and exhorting. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to all you Akim out there that is pushing this word in true sincerity and always in charity. Shalom to you sincere Akim and you sincere Akwath. To you brothers and sisters, keep fighting the good fight of faith. Keep on fighting, because we at the end. Shalom.